Good morning, Wrestling Inc. Get up, get going. Happy Tuesday. It is me, your managing editor for WrestlingInc.com, Nick Hausman, joined here as I am every Tuesday to get tickled, to talk some pro wrestling. It's our good friend, Second City Chicago's EJ Cameron. EJ, welcome to the Wrestling Inc. Daily.
Good to be here, Nick. As you know, and letting everybody know, your boy got by the Rona.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm feeling fine. I was telling you, I feel fine. My smell's coming back. I can smell a little bit of my BO this morning, but it's coming back. I feel physically fine. It is real, y'all.
Yeah, dude, that sucks, man. Losing your sense of taste and smell, man, that's gnarly, dude.
Yeah, it was a great time to start a diet, but I just ate a bunch of wasabi the other day, just to see if I could feel a tingle.
Just to feel, right, man?
Yeah. I felt it later.
Anyway, by the way, Sherrod Jones, you're saying, seems like every Tuesday is tech issues. We weren't late today because of tech. We started a few minutes late because I was making some bacon so that I can make a BLT sandwich for lunch after we're done, and I have a very tight turnaround here. So apologies about the bacon situation.
Yeah, no tech issues. I didn't do it this time.
No. But Jimmy, Bill, and Co. here saying, wow, EJ, glad that you're okay. So the best being sent to you from the comment section as well. You know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Me too.
Yeah. Well, we got a great show here today. Me and EJ in the house. The comment section is open wherever you're at. Drop a comment. We're going to be doing this all show long. Later on, you're going to get to hear a conversation I had just this morning. Not even just this morning, like an hour ago. I wrapped it less than an hour ago. I promised you Juventud Guerrera here today. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to air Juvi tomorrow as the lead into Dynamite because today we have Tyler Rust. He was part of the Diamond Mine and debuted and was wrestling, and then he got released right in the middle of a debut with this big NXT stable. I found out last second that I could get him this morning, so we're going to bring it to you today. A very topical conversation, especially with NXT being here tonight. So Tyler Rust, if you're in audio form, you're here after the news. If you're watching us in video form, of course, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that'll debut on the Wrestling Inc. YouTube channel. And because I'm so busy with travel this week, all of the interviews are scheduled for this week over on the Wrestling Inc. YouTube channel, so you can go check out what the rest of the week looks like over there as well. At the end of the show, we'll dive in the mailbag for everybody. We're going to look at the 2022 Royal Rumble. Before we get to the news, I just want to remind everybody again, tomorrow night, if you're in Chicago and you are free to do so, unlike EJ, unfortunately, come on down to Replay Lincoln Park. I'm hosting an AEW Dynamite party. We're hoping to do them every Wednesday night. It's free to attend, free arcade games, free pinball, drink specials, lots of wrestling friends. Come join us, Replay Lincoln Park in Chicago, if you would like to do so. All right.
Man, that's on a Wednesday? I'm jealous. That's one of my days off.
That's why I'm doing this, EJ. I sold this bar. I was like, Dynamite parties. That's what we have to do because Wednesday night are such a great night for my schedule, your schedule, for people just to get together, you know, and hang out. So not this one, but you could maybe next Wednesday if we keep this thing going.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Soon enough. All right. Hey, let's get to it. Big week. News you can use. News that'll leave a bruise. The beat rolls on. The big news of this week, of course, is that CM Punk looks to be debuting at AEW Rampage this Friday night. Punk took to Instagram yesterday, threw some gasoline on those rumors. He posted an Instagram story with just 3 letters listed, or numbers, I should say, 05, 11, and 21. While he didn't explain what those numbers mean, a lot of fans are speculating these could be the years that he signed major wrestling contracts in. So he signed his developmental deal in 2005. He signed his much talked about contract in the summer of 2011. That was used in a storyline. And then 21 could reference, of course, the fact that this year he is maybe signed with AEW. So there it is, CM Punk. Certainly not playing down the rumors, EJ, playing into them.
Oh, yeah, which has always kind of been his thing. I think he knows that he's been in high demand since he's left. So I'm glad he's gotten time off to go do his other things and ventures. I would love it if he comes. Like, I hope it's true. I hope this is right. My dumb self, I was like, May, that already happened. I was like 5/11/21. Huh? He's gonna time travel and then come back. It's stupid, but I think everybody's anticipated. Everybody wants to see. I think he is the he might be the catalyst of change.
It'll
if
be
he
interesting.
signs.
I mean, I think that's a kind of a foregone conclusion. I would kind of feel dumb at this point, like operating under the assumption that there's a chance he's not going to be at the United Center on Friday. I'd put dollars to donuts that he is there, and that's a big bet. You know how much I love my dollars and my donuts, right?
And your donuts, I get it. Maybe he pulls a
for
Kanye and just strings us along for years. He's like, I'm coming. It's coming.
I mean, you would really, really, really piss off your fan base if that happened. What I'm intrigued by is what they do with him, right? I see here, it was very well laid out here by Gabriel Perez. Darby Allin versus CM Punk, All Out, and then Japan and himself. That'll be a great main event. So maybe Darby Allin is the one to confront CM Punk. I kind of still feel like we're going to see him in Omega, or maybe we don't see anything. I mean, maybe at least as far as like a feud goes, maybe it's just Tony Schiavone comes out. He goes, boy, do I have a guest for you all tonight. Oh, boy.
My pleated khakis.
You have no idea. Oh, these pleated khakis are getting tight in the crotch. I'm so excited, you know?
But what's Darby Allin saying? He wants to face the best in the world, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he totally is. But then, you know, you got Kenny Omega and the Cookie Monster shirt, and they're, you know, the Elite has been weirdly playing basketball for weeks as we go into the United Center here. I don't think that's any kind of coincidence. Yeah. So, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's about how it happens now. Part of me does think it's just gonna be like Tony Schiavone coming out. He's like, who's ready?
I hope not. I hope they do the cool old school thing. Lights go out, lights come back on, and he's standing in the ring type deal.
Yeah. We have here Blacksaw Johnny Hex. If CM Punk doesn't show up there, they will set the whole arena on fire. They better have the local fire department on standby. They will actually cause a riot. I don't know. I don't predict. I mean, it would be bad, but that's not going to happen.
The CM Punk chants are going to be crazy. They're going to be going nuts for him all night.
Let's see here. Dellin13, CM Punk, Page, and AJ Lee are three that I would have thought those three would have been inducted a while ago. I don't know about inducted into the Hall of Fame. All still pretty young. But AJ Lee, you know, the whole world's talking about Punk. Is AJ by his side? You know, I mean, we hear Ruby Riott could be on her way. I think Ruby and AJ infused with Britt Baker. Now we're cooking with some mustard, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah, as you do. You're cooking with some mustard.
Did I get that right? I messed up
My man's in BLT mode.
Dude, I am thinking about this BLT. I got a really good baguette yesterday.
Ooh.
Dude, oh, man, nice soft baguette. But still my heart. Alonzo Smith. CM Punk is overrated. I don't care about him anymore. AEW can have him in the land of WWE rejects. Is that really like, I mean, I guess Alonzo said it. Are there people that really, I guess Alonzo feels that way. How could you be, land of WWE rejects? Come on now.
I don't agree with that, Alonzo. Usually me and you on the same page. I think just because there's this much buzz that he's creating, I don't think he's overrated. If people are reacting like this, his rating is right where it's supposed to be. And as a wrestling fan, he hasn't wrestled in years, but he was always very compelling. He had a great mind and a great eye for it. Everything that he was a part of was exciting and fresh and new. I think his brain can be used to move things forward at the very least, even if we don't think he's great at wrestling. Just as a backstage agent would be phenomenal.
Well, I think we're going to get, he's doing all the Michael Jordan teases. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if he does like a slow motion kind of leap into the ring a la Michael Jordan doing that slam dunk. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
So last item here in our CM Punk block, and we got some more AEW and WWE stuff to get to. WrestleVote saying that word from within WWE is that we should not expect a quote reactionary move from WWE if when Punk shows up at Rampage this Friday, just 24 hours before SummerSlam. I think we already saw. I mean, I think we're already seeing them react, right? I mean, you had John Cena out there doing like "I'll blow you a kiss," and he's doing John Moxley riffs on Roman Reigns. I kind of feel like the reaction has already begun, EJ. You know?
Oh yeah. And Cena's the only person that can probably get away with doing that. Maybe him and Paul Heyman. He's like, okay, I know what everyone's talking about. Let me say this a little bit so it adds a little pepper to my steak or a little extra mustard.
Little mustard,
Yeah.
right? It better be, oh, where's my comment? Better be Grey Poupon, says Eddie Simmons.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a big reactionary. The only reactionary I could possibly see is Lesnar coming back.
Okay.
At SummerSlam.
Sure. Just to kind of take the oxygen out of the room a bit, get a little less focus on Punk. I mean, maybe, you know, Triple H kicks Vince in the nuts, right? That would certainly make for great television. Get everybody going.
That'll get him.
just put it out there. We have a couple good things here. King Rail, first of all, saying Punk should open the show. If not, fans are going to be chanting Punk all show long. But I think that's, I mean, is that what you kind of want? You want them chanting Punk the whole, like, building to the end?
Yeah.
Like, he comes out and then he leaves, like.
Yeah, nothing's going to follow that. You can't follow that. If he opens the show, it's going to be tough to follow. If you have that energy and excitement all night, people are going to be attentive and watching. And I don't think they're going to, because I think it's a FU to WWE when they chant his name. I think this is more of an anticipation of, oh my God, when is he coming? We still love these guys. We're going to respect these matches. But on the in-betweens or a rest hold, we're going to probably hear CM Punk chants hard.
Although I don't really know how like a 1 hour block works. Like if everybody if like 1.8 million people tune in for the first 15 minutes and then only like 750,000 watch the last 15 minutes, does it come out to like 1.3? I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know the conversion on that one.
All right, that's a little money ball right there. We have here Dave N. Reactionary move. WWE signs Max Caster. Did you see Max Caster out there selling his gear, saying he's not going to need it anymore? Like, I think
I did not.
He is. I think he's very, very salty about the way AEW is handling his whole controversial rap thing right now. I think he feels a little maybe thrown under the bus by them.
Or maybe this is a storyline.
I don't think so.
Yeah, when the reaction that his rap got, everybody, yeah. So I don't know.
All right. Well, moving on here, talking a little bit more about Rampage. Actually, good news for Rampage in the viewership department. WrestleNomics saying that the Friday Rampage premiere did 740,000 viewers on TNT. The 1 hour Rampage premiere did a 0.3 in the 18 to 49. Rampage was number 3 for the night in the cable top 150, only behind 2 NFL preseason games on the NFL Network. Overall, number 41 in viewership for the night. And, of course, this Friday night is going to be the big one. I would imagine if they did this for the premiere, it's very uncommon for a show to see a bounce in its second week. But how do you not? Like, it's going to be a real tell for Punk's drawing power, how much more attention they get this week than the week before. You know, it's just gonna be very compelling to see what happens with these viewership numbers.
Yeah, I foresee a bump in the numbers. They have us hooked in the trap. Come up with something a little bit bigger. Boom. More people are going to be tuned in. Week after, what are we going to do now? If they can keep that energy and follow through with everything, yes, and that energy, it'll keep growing probably.
Do you think they do over 1 million viewers on a Friday night at 9 o'clock? That's tough to do.
Is there anything else going on this Friday? Fall starting, school, people are, I don't know. Maybe, yeah.
And I wonder if SmackDown helps them or hurts them You know, like just people watching SmackDown and then wanting to tune out to go watch Dynamite. I don't know. It's still too many. Too early to tell. So
Yeah, and it's the go home SmackDown too.
The Observer, talking about Kenny Omega as we were earlier, saying that there was some back and forth between AAA and AEW over the Mega Championship at TripleMania. At first, AAA wanted Andrade to win, but then AEW at the time did not want Omega to lose any title before losing the AEW title. Now, it was noted that there was no contention regarding this. AEW agreed to it, but AEW also has first say in Omega's booking. So once it was decided for Cage to win, Christian Cage to win the Impact title to build momentum for his match against Omega at All Out, AEW agreed to have Omega lose the Mega title. However, AAA wanted Omega to retain the title with another future challenger in mind, like a Psycho Clown who won the Lucha de Apuertes mask versus hair match in the main event. By the end of it all, ultimately AAA decided on who would win this title. They decided Omega retaining it, and it was also noted that Omega didn't know Flair was going to be there. So, long story short, once Christian won the Impact title, AEW says, well, if you guys want to flip this thing onto Andrade, you're welcome to do that. And it sounds like AAA decided, no, we're going to wait to set up maybe somebody else, and Andrade's not the man of the moment for them. Of course, Psycho Clown is like an in-house talent for them. Andrade working with them, but also works with AEW. I'm a little surprised, though. Like, I feel like Andrade in this moment kind of is the guy you want that AAA Mega Championship on. I don't know about you.
That's what I was thinking and anticipating. He's your big crossover guy, along with Kenny Omega. That's triple fans, AEW fans, WWE fans that love Andrade, and now AAA. He is your shining nugget with Ric Flair. That was a layup. I thought so. Yeah. I thought that was going to be the move. He has a look. He dresses nice. He wrestles well. All the pieces are right there. So I'm surprised. But cool if they want to do it to Psycho Clown because he's in-house talent. But it was right there.
Well, Psycho Clowns, and here's the thing, it's like, I don't really want to pretend I know the dynamics of what is working right now in Mexico. A lot of people probably don't know that Psycho Clown, his father was Super Porky, right? Who recently just passed away. And so, like, again, did the tectonic plate shift a bit down in Mexico and in AAA in regards to what they want to be doing? Could be several things in play there. But bottom line is, they're going to know what to do best with their championship. I don't want to pretend to know better. I thought Andrade would, but again, I'm an American fan looking in on a product that is a lucha product down in Mexico. But props to AAA for being able to stay true to their product and also get all this buzz this week from the United States press, especially with the Flair stuff. Really well done, I thought, on their part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, lastly here, in our AEW-ish block, before we get to some WWE news, Kurt Angle, he took to Twitter yesterday. He posted a photo with AEW TNT champion Miro. Angle and Miro met up at Steel City Con in Pittsburgh over the weekend. He posted a photo of the two of them facing off, and he tweeted this: "If I didn't already have a room full of world titles and championships, I'd take that one too. It's damn true." And then he tagged Miro. I saw it, and dude, like, okay, Kurt's retired. Kurt's body's not what it was. Kurt wrestling is not in the cards. But I don't think anybody was happy with his last match with Baron Corbin. And if he's got one more, right, like just something that he can do on his terms, I don't hate a Miro, man. A Miro and Angle would slap. I would be good for that.
That's what everybody was expecting. Rusev Angle. Yeah, the Angle's last run wasn't crazy about it. I get it. Physically, his body, they just put him in weird matches that he shouldn't have been in. I like that he's doing this. He's just keeping buzz around his name. He did it with a picture of The Rock. Did you see that one?
I did,
he went to go, the Jungle Cruise post. So I think it's cute. I think it's kind of cute and funny. Kurt Angle with his big old neck taking pictures next to people like, "I'll take you on." And we're all like, okay, Kurt. I love Kurt Angle.
goofy dad Kurt Angle. I mean, he's relaxing so nicely into it now. So
I have a headshot of mine signed by Kurt Angle. I need to find that and frame it.
Yeah, you should. All right, moving to some WWE news here. Ringside News, first of all, saying that fans at SummerSlam aren't going to be the only ones forced to wear face masks, as all WWE talent and staff are now under a 24/7 mask mandate, except while eating or drinking. The new order reportedly applies to everyone without exception. All staff and talent backstage in WWE must be tested for COVID-19 before each show. This ruling applies to everyone due to the recent rise in COVID-19 cases across the country. WWE Talent Relations head John Laurinaitis reportedly issued a mass message to people in the company last week, noting, effective immediately and until further notice, COVID testing will resume at every TV and event. More details to come soon. And this really isn't that much different than what it sounds like your protocols that you're dealing with at Second City are right now, right?
Exactly. That's how I found out I had it, because I was feeling fine. We do weekly testing. You get your results back by Thursday before you can go in. Before I knew what my result was, my producers and bosses already got the results and were calling me at the same time. So, yeah, I think it's smart. I think they should be doing it because they don't want to be the ones with their pinky in the mud if cases rise, and it's going to be like, I was at a WWE event. Womp womp.
Well, and with them, and yeah, I think that the fans are definitely concerned, and they just announced 30 more dates, and they're going to Puerto Rico in October and all this craziness. But for them, I think it's more about worrying about talent getting sick and having to be removed from the show. I don't think that it's any coincidence that this is coming out the day after yesterday. We were talking about how Bianca and Sasha might be off the SummerSlam card because of unforeseen circumstances or whatever it is that they said. And, I don't want to draw unnecessary conclusions, but when those things have happened here recently in the pro wrestling universe, it's been because of some kind of COVID-related issue traditionally. And so I see this here being a way of saying, hey, look, if we're going to do this, if we're going to go into the belly of the beast, so to speak, and we're going to keep running and we're going to keep doing these shows, we got to make sure that our most valuable assets, our performers and our day-to-day crew, are taken care of. And I would not be surprised. I don't know how Vince feels about it one way or another, but a mandatory vaccine requirement for, the talent and staff that are on the road. I mean, it doesn't seem, if there is something out there that can prevent men in their underwear rolling around directly on top of each other from getting COVID, I think that that's something that the company should consider maybe insisting upon, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And just not even preventing it because, as you know, I'm vaccinated, but preventing them having to go to the hospital and be taken out by it. Drew McIntyre just had it while he was feuding with Goldberg. So, I think they know that they definitely need to stay safe and stay careful.
Well,
and I'm glad they're doing it.
Yeah, I hope they do. And also in the world of live events for WWE, at WrestleVote's reporting that due to the success of Major League Baseball's Field of Dreams game last week, did you catch the Field of Dreams game?
I caught some clips.
Okay.
Baseball's not really my.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge baseball person, but I love Field of Dreams, and I did actually watch a little bit of this just because I was like, oh, that's nice. And I pretended they were all ghosts, because my brain is mostly fog. Can I tell you a little off the beaten path thing about Field of Dreams? You've seen the movie? Have you seen Field of Dreams?
Yes.
Okay. Spoiler alert. All right. End of the movie. Okay. If you haven't seen Field of Dreams, maybe button up. Okay. At the end of the movie, okay, everybody can now see the ghosts. All right. Mm-hmm. They can all see these ghost baseball players, and everybody, the cars, they come from miles around, and the movie ends with this dramatic shot of these cars going for miles. And Liz looked at me in horror at the end of that movie. She goes, can you imagine the parking situation there? It gives her anxiety to think about all of these cars coming to this small farm trying to park. There should be there should be a whole parking lot of dreams spinoff about the parking guy. Hey guys, we got too many cars here today. I know we all want to see the ghost baseball players, you know.
It's like a little poor teenager. He's like, "Hey, please don't do that. You can't park there, sir." I think that's a spinoff. We got it right.
Dave in. Oh no, Field of Dreams spoilers. I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so anyway, that was a success. Due to the success of the Field of Dreams game, word now is that WWE officials are in the early stages of talks for a few off-site events to be held in 2022. Now, no word on when these special events might be held, but some ideas discussed among the creative team include return to the Hammerstein Ballroom, always a classic, more direct festival shows like what they did with Rolling Loud, which was very awkward to me. They also thought maybe we'll do a Raw on the Roof special, which I guess could see us like returning to what we saw at Money in the Bank. What do you think of these off-site Raw or SmackDown concepts?
I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. The Hammerstein Ballroom, that's a great off-site. But what, just not an arena? Does that define it as off-site? Like, would they go back to Caesar's Palace or something, like an outdoor venue? I thought that was cool. That's my favorite venue. But yeah, I hope they don't do another Rolling Loud, or if they do, they do it better.
Yeah, that Rolling Loud thing was really uncomfortable, man. And like, I forget, I don't know if it was you or somebody else that was like, they should have put like Jeff Hardy out there. They should put out people.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I thought it was you. Where it was like, yeah, why don't you just put out like Attitude, like Rey Mysterio? Like, who doesn't love Rey Mysterio? You know, at Rolling Loud. Totally, I agree with that.
The people they're appealing to, most of them used to watch wrestling. So if you bring Carmella and Bianca out, they're like, I don't know who these people are. But if you bring out John Cena, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy from that era where they grew up, they're going to be like, oh, snap. Yeah, I'm watching this. And you're going to get the reaction, seeing a swanton dive or a Ricochet doing something crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I think if they do a special offsite thing, it should be for a reason. So a specific type of show or matches. Like if it's Hammerstein, then it should be a gritty, bare knuckle, ground and pound type deal, or maybe hardcore. I don't know. Maybe if it's a specific type of show, but if it's just Raw, SmackDown in a special area, I don't want it.
I got this new Rabbit Cafe up the street from me. Have you heard about this? Seen the Rabbit Cafe? You can go and have like some tea, and then there's rabbits everywhere while you hang out.
I've heard of like dog and cat cafes like that. I didn't know there was a rabbit one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what I'm getting at is some kind of wrestling ring in like rabbits everywhere, right? Or cats everywhere. I'd be down for either, you know. That'd be a special kind of unique offsite event. Maybe just farm events in general. You know, like when you would play the old wrestling games like Def Jam Vendetta, where it was like, oh, wow, you're like, you know, in this crazy, like, maybe you're in a nightclub, right? Like nightclub brawl. You know, that could be fun, right? Edge of a volcano, EJ.
Or maybe like Raw Underground. You have a special room where people never forget Raw Underground happened, y'all.
Dude, they should do Alcatraz. They should do The Rock, right? Bring The Rock to The Rock. 2 rocks, Vince. 2 rocks.
I don't know. I kind of like that. An elimination chamber.
Oh, yeah, totally, right? There's so much you could do on Alcatraz. Actually, I resent myself for throwing this into the universe.
Someone's watching like, yes, that's it.
Good. That's good shit, pal. So Vince watches this show every single day. All right. Now, while we're talking about Raw and how it could be on a farm or in a prison or wherever it may be, let's wrap up our news block here before we get to Tyler Russ. Looking at last night's Raw. First of all, a couple new matches made for SummerSlam. Eva Marie versus Alexa Bliss. That's official. Hey, if we're going to lose out on Bianca versus Sasha, I guess Eva Alexa is what they're going to give us instead. I'll say this about Eva. She is getting some heat right now. Like, the moment Dewdrop snaps on Eva Marie and goes off on her own, she's going to be very, 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 very well liked. She took those slaps last night like a champ.
Did she? Like
Yeah, no
to the point where I'm at home going, that's enough.
I know. I was like, holy shit.
I was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
okay. Huh. Hey.
Jesus. Yeah, brutal. I was like, Eva, not here to mess around, but hey, good. Look, if you can't work well, work snug. You know,
Hey.
that's what
Lay it in, kid.
lay it in. Make that shit look real, son. Well, also, we found out Randy Orton and Riddle. First of all, moment of the night. I mean, hard to say this wasn't like one of the better WWE moments of the year when Randy Orton says RK Bro is back together. The whole place just went insane, dude, and really hard to get that kind of a reaction for a new talent right now, like Riddle. I don't know of anybody that's been on the roster for as short a time as him that is getting that kind of reaction right now.
Yeah, you mean a carefree stoner guy? Everybody relates to him? Man.
Sad Riddle with his scooter backstage really was something to see. I was like, wow, this man is really something here. But yeah, RK Bro back together. They're going to take on AJ and Omos. It does feel like AJ and Omos have kind of run their course here, maybe as the Raw Tag Champions. If they're going to go with Orton Riddle for a little while longer, put the titles on here. But again, I don't trust Randy Orton, and I think Randy could very well just as easily leave Riddle laying at the end of this match as much as leave with them hand in hand. So.
Yeah, but isn't that fun that we don't know in the best way? It's not like, oh, what are they doing? It's you could see it turn either way. Even to where last night I was like, he's going to get him again. He's going to hit him again.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, it's not if, it's when.
Yeah, and maybe Riddle's the one who turns on Randy, right? And like the thing I thought that was really interesting about Randy and Riddle last night was like Randy laid out Riddle and was decidedly the heel when the show started, but the pop for both guys was about the same, right? Like the fans want to like both these guys, they want to like them together, but I think that you can't shake wanting to like Randy Orton right now. I think if Riddle was the one to turn on Randy at the pay-per-view, I think that fans would be there to boo on Riddle and give him that heat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Joseph Vendetti agreed with me. It's going to be more shocking if Riddle turns. I agree with that.
Like a little angry stoner dude.
So we found out also last night that Veer and Shanky, they're going to be banned from ringside during the singles match between Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. And Drew has this sword now, right? And the sword is just part of his gimmick, right? And I love that.
Yeah, Angela, I believe.
I think the sword has a name now, Angela. Not very Irish, but whatever. So I loved that. Like at one point, he was like, "You guys seem really scared of my Angela for some reason," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a goddamn sword. Of course, you're a maniac."
Yeah. You just came out with a big broadsword. It's like I'm gonna leave. You gonna start chopping off limbs? No.
Yeah. Mike Martin here. Drew goes over. I mean, how does he not? I thought they were going to put money in the bank on him. I'm happier that Big E, or I guess Baron Corbin now has money in the bank. But what do you think of the Corbin stuff? Do you think it's funny or do you think it's in poor taste? I've heard.
You mean
both sides.
old bum ass Corbin? Pat McAfee, man, killed me. He's like, look at old bum ass Baron. It works because he's been so crummy for years and been such a piece of crap that just to see him kind of down and out on his luck, and like the good guys are still trying to help him a little bit. They're like, I'm trying to help you, but dude, you suck. And he does something Weasley either way. I'm a fan.
I know. I do worry, or I do think there's a part of Vince that's like fetishizing getting to make fun of poor people as he like fires people. It's very weird in that regard, but dude,
but the less group you can make fun of.
Well, but I like the social stuff. I like the videos he's doing online better than what he's doing in the ring. I think the in the ring stuff, the promos he's being are a little like more stilted and don't have the personality as when he's just got like some WWE production guy and he's in the back and he's like, let's do a little thing back here. You know, that stuff has clicked better to me than what I'm seeing him do in the ring, if that makes sense.
Hey, Nick, you mean the stuff with his natural charisma compared to when someone wrote something for him is better? That's a wild concept. Huh.
Yeah. By the way, also thank you to Salve here. I misidentified Drew as Irish. He is Scottish, and that was wrong on my part. And I have fully
Yeah, I was
apologized.
over like, no, Sheamus is Irish, but
Sheamus is the Irish one. It's the League of Nations. Is that what they were called or whatever?
Very briefly.
Very briefly.
Yes.
Headlock heel saying Corbin's hilarious. Y'all see a day in the life of Corbin? I have. That's me on the truck. That's not you.
Nah.
You don't look anything like that guy.
Great bit.
It's a good bit. All right. So last night, Raw saw some dark matches as well. First, before the show, the pre-Raw dark match saw Keith Lee defeat a local enhancement talent. It was described as a squash match with Lee destroying his opponent just a few minutes. This is 2 weeks in a row now that we've heard about Lee doing these dark matches where he's just beating up enhancement talent. They let Cross go over dominantly on Jeff Hardy last night. I wonder if they've just realized, like, what did we do? We're going to try to do better. I mean, it does seem like they're going to bring Keith back as a monster, I would hope, which would be fun to watch. Does kind of feel like an admission, though, that we have done something wrong here with these two men, in my opinion.
Yeah, but why are they not showing us this? Like, I would love to see Keith Lee just squash somebody just to build the hype back for Keith Lee and just, like, build him back up. I think we need to see that on TV. They just took him off for weeks again. And now you're like, okay. And then Karrion Kross, cool. Karrion Kross, man. They got him looking like Boo Boo the Fool, man.
Yeah, really dead, man. Well, in the dark main event after Raw, saw the New Days, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods beat The Miz and Morrison. It was described as being filled with comedy spots. It was noted the New Day received a loud babyface reaction. The New Day didn't wrestle on Raw, but they did stand behind Miz and Morrison during a segment advertising their new WWE shop merchandise. This was the dark match when we were at Raw. Why is New Day not on Raw with the fans back? Like, what? I don't get it, man.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, when we were there, yeah, they gave us New Day versus Lashley MVP. I guess they're saving them for like the go home, send them home happy vibe. But I would love to see New Day. The crowd needs to see New Day. Throw pancake. Maybe don't throw pancakes at them because COVID.
Oh, the COVID.
But
yeah.
like, I don't know, something. It's a bummer that they're not out in the show, but maybe this is leading to them feuding with Miz and Morrison? Or RK Bro for the titles? I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe cooling them off for now, waiting for a title opportunity later. I can see that. Yeah. All right, EJ. I want to thank you for talking the news of the day with me up top. Tyler Rust, everybody. Thank you so much to Tyler for taking the time to chat with me this morning. If you're in audio form, you just heard it. If you're in video form, you want to listen to me talk to Tyler. We're about 20 minutes away from premiering that over on the Wrestling Inc. YouTube channel. Go check it out. And again, I have scheduled all of the video interviews for the rest of the week over on YouTube to go out. We got Hoovy tomorrow, Tommy Dreamer on Thursday, and part 2 of Gary Wolf on Friday. So really loaded week here as we roll into SummerSlam. And I'll talk more about our coverage here at the end of the show. But let's get to it here. The mailbag at Wink Daily, WINC Daily. That's the account to follow if you want to vote in our daily polls. We currently have 1,168 followers. If you follow us next, you could be 1169. I don't even have to sell that one. If you're not following us, you should. That's hilarious. Because we're idiots. So today's poll question. Wait. There's a story behind the question. Fightful reporting. The 2022 Royal Rumble pay-per-view is being considered for St. Louis. Several in WWE under the impression that St. Louis would be the location as of a month ago. But on a related note, WWE usually holds the Royal Rumble in January. This new report notes that there's been significant discussion on the 2022 Rumble possibly being held in February for the first time. And so I asked everybody out there, how do you feel about the Rumble maybe being in February instead of January? We have over 400 votes here for this. Leading the way at 36.1%, okay with it. At 34.9%, number 2, don't break tradition. Behind that at 16.7%, not a fan. And then at 12.3%, love it. This is a damn near 50-50 split, EJ, between people that either are okay to love it or people that don't like it to hate it. Where do you fall on the spectrum in regards to this question?
I'm a little bit of in the, I voted don't break tradition, but my spirit is, okay, whatever.
You know what? I said love it, EJ. And here's why. Because WWE is incapable of a 3-month build. They've just proven themselves to not be able to book programs for 3 months. We have, for the last several years, complained, there's 2 pay-per-views in between the Rumble and WrestleMania. And whatever happens in the main event of the Rumble, with a few exceptions, it all gets cattywampus, man, right? It all gets weird, right? And so if you do it in February, maybe there's 1 pay-per-view between the Rumble and Mania. Hell, maybe there's no pay-per-view between the Rumble and Mania. Wouldn't that be great? I think the idea of giving WWE less room to tell what is a very simple and effective story between the Rumble and Mania could probably be a good thing, EJ. Like, I'm not against it, man.
Nick Hausman, you make a great argument. Yeah. I'm sure they'll still try to fit something in between there, but they shouldn't.
You build top heels as your champs, which they've done a great job doing. You give a babyface the win, and then they get to go to WrestleMania. You have 8 weeks to build it. This shouldn't be so crazy. Dave Van, by the way, telling me to grow up. Look, I don't know if that was in regards to my pitch or that 1169 joke. Don't really care. I'm going to live my life. YOLO. All right. Bob _Diodati. I always thought the Rumble should be the last pay-per-view before Mania. Give it 6 weeks for a good build. Hope they eliminate the in-between pay-per-view if they go this route. I think that in the same regards, I'm thinking there, you know. At David _Tarbuck1, what difference does it make? Yeah, I guess that's also one. I saw this one here. Well, first of all, at Cuz Effit said, what would be the reason for this? The Mole Man 54, NFL added an extra week to their season, pushed the NFL season back, and then we got a lot more here from a great listener, Andre Triplet 20. He says Royal Rumble has usually been held on the Sunday in between the NFL's Championship Sunday and the Super Bowl, which has usually been the last Sunday in January. The NFL has added another week, pushing everything a week later. If they want to do it on a Sunday, it has to be in February. So the first Sunday in February, or the Sunday after the Super Bowl of February, it would sound like. Or they could do it on the last Saturday in January, which wouldn't have to compete with the NFL. But these Saturday pay-per-views, man, already feel weird to me. But thank you for the insight there. I guess that's why this is actually happening here. It's because of football stuff.
Yeah, shout out Andre. Well, good insight. I went and liked it.
Exactly. Let's see here. Anything? Really nothing like nothing to here. We have Dave in go head to head with the Super Bowl. You cowards. At Headlock Hero, lower card talent should get throwaway pay-per-views in the big events. You have the big stories, feuds, a nostalgic act. They kind of tried that, you know, with like ECW pay-per-views, and it just didn't really kind of like click. All right. Well, anyway, that's gonna wrap up the show. EJ, we're done here.
Did you say click? Did you say click?
Said it on purpose. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be the last live daily for the week. It'll be me, Brian Wool, Juventud Guerrera is gonna be on the show. Thursday, the juice is loose tomorrow, everybody. Thursday and Friday are gonna be SummerSlam preview episodes. I'll do a Raw SummerSlam preview with Paul Pratt on Thursday, and then Friday we'll have the SummerSlam, the SmackDown side of the SummerSlam card with Christy. And that is because Thursday I'll be flying in and out of Vegas to attend this WWE tryout camp. As a journalist, I will not be bumping and running around. At least that's not what I think is going to be happening here. It could be if I show up and they're like, "Where's your gear?" I'm going to be like a real piece of shit. But anyway, the Wrestling Inc. Daily. Yes, also brought to you by WrestlingInc.com. We have all the coverage this weekend of SummerSlam. Like I said, that tryout. We will also be covering Rampage on Friday. I'll be at the United Center for that in the scrum with some kind of Second City Saint, I would imagine. And then Saturday, we're covering SummerSlam. I have Warrior Wrestling. I'm calling that day too. And then I don't think there's anything. Sunday's TakeOver. Others will be covering that. I will not be covering that, but it will exist on Sunday. And then Monday we'll get back to it.
Busy man.
I have anxiety over what this week is going to be like, EJ. Like, I feel it. Every day is busy. So if you like the Wrestling Inc. Daily, support WrestlingInc.com. We're on all the socials. The Wrestling Inc. podcast goes live at night, just like this show after all the big shows. And again, tomorrow night, replay Lincoln Park. If you're in Chicago, stop by. It's free to attend. We're going to start rolling out AEW Dynamite parties. And these things have to succeed because this is the best night of the week for most people to meet up with wrestling friends, including EJ and I. So please come out.
But not this week for me.
For him, he won't be there because he's recovering and in quarantine. But next week, he'll be healthy, clean, and ready to go. I hope. That's the
open.
Danny Cochran. No matter what you tell us, Nick, we still think you're trying out as a wrestler. It's not the case. EJ, what do you want to plug, promote, put over here to wrap up the show today?
Hey, y'all, I've been plugging washing your hands and being safe and wearing your mask. Even if you're vaccinated, be safe where you're at. It can sneak up and get you. So be safe. Eat a bagel. I've been eating a bunch of them. Enjoy yourself. Get you some sun on your skin and be nice to people around you.
There you go. All very
and give me a follow.
Oh, yeah. Follow him and take the advice, everybody. Support EJ. I'm at Nick _Hausman over on Twitter. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And remember, if you winked,